I'm Amanda Cross, and I teach grade 5 at Mike Mountain Horse Elementary School. We've actually been spending quite a bit of time looking at graphic novels, and we started by looking at them as readers to look and see how we can effectively read a graphic novel, making sure we're understanding how the pages are set up. And then we looked at a lot of mentor texts and used graphic novels to guide us and give us some inspiration for creating our own comics and our own graphic novels. And it was a really nice way to take what we learned about reading graphic novels and then apply it to our own projects. So our culminating activity has been a kind of like a comic book expo where we've invited some people to come in. We were really lucky to get a local cartoon artist, Eric Dick, to join us partway through the project and give us some tips on drawing. But also he has joined us today to sort of look at what we've been working on and talk to each of the students about their work. So it's just been a really fun way to sort of showcase all our hard work that we've been doing for the past probably 5 to 6 weeks. The first thing they really honed in on was the vocabulary of graphic novels, making sure we understood what a panel was, what the frames were, gutters. We also looked at how authors can create mood using their pictures, making choices about sort of close-ups and facial expressions, as well as by looking at their use of color and sort of bold colors versus muted tones. So they've definitely worked on those things, and our next step with this project is to then take our graphic novels and take all of the details we put into the setting and the appearance of the characters and take that little comic and turn it into a narrative piece of writing. So how do we have all of that information from our pictures put into words now? This kind of came about as we realized how many students really love graphic novels. So rather than fighting it as a teacher, I thought, well, let's use it and hook them in and use their interest in graphic novels sort of to our advantage. And it's been really successful. We have a lot of fun with this project.
Hello, my name is Greta Falwell, and I am from MMH school, and I'm going to tell you about our comics that we've been making. So we've been learning about a lot of comics, like the things that are about comics, like automatopoeias, frames, gutters, and all stuff like that, even speech bubbles. And all about graphic novels is about the pictures that are in them. Because without pictures, you can't really read graphic novels, because graphic novels are all about the pictures in them. When you read a regular novel, there's barely any pictures, but I like graphic novels because I like looking at a lot of pictures. I had to think about what I was going to write about, and what I thought about, I'm a really big fan of Disney and Pixar and stuff like that, so I decided to write the first time that I went to Disneyland, and that was like maybe in 2019. It's just fun to make because you get to draw a lot of pictures, and I know that kids like to color and draw. And some kids also like to write, like I do, and some people also like to read a lot.
My name is Harrison, and I'm at Mike Mountain Horse School. My comic book is about the campground creature. A heads up, some of it's a real story, but I turned half of it into fiction. It took me around a week. It's about me and my friends. We're playing tag, and we see a creature on the hill. Well, it's a coyote at first. It turns into a creature, and my brother, he leaves me alone. I walk back home. I see the creature. It scares me, and it grabs me and goes on top of me, and I'm gonna make a second one. The most fun parts were the art style and the coloring, and the skills I learned was coloring, details into putting in stories, writing, also about making stories. You can make stories fiction. You can make them nonfiction. You can make them interesting. You can do facts. There's a whole different. You can do a whole lot of different comics. Yeah, so that's basically all about comic books.